Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another pen here today, and this is a pen from Santini Italia. So Santini in Italy, and this is a pen that's on loan to me from a friend, and I'd like to thank him for loaning me this pen for review. This pen will be going straight back to him. So it comes in this nondescript sort of black box, although you do have a Santini logo here. So I think let's lift the lid up, and the first thing you see here is a nice sort of really sort of glittery sort of pearlescent envelope. Now this has the invoice in, so I'm not going to show you the invoice there because it has address details on. And then you have Santini Italia, excellence in creativity and manual skills made in Italy. Thank you. We hope that our product will accompany you for a long time with satisfaction. Then you have the instructions on how to fill your pen. I think most of us tend to know how to fill it, but this is a piston knob pen, so it's not a cartridge converter. And then you have a nib test. So I like it when either manufacturers or retailers do this, and your nib has been checked for writing. It's a fine nib, and you can see there it is written there with a blue ink. And then you have the warranty booklet, and then you have the pen itself. So let me put the box lid back on, and this is the pen. So this is the Santini Libra Ambra, or Amber, and it's this beautiful amber nectar style sort of cracked ice effect that's going on here. It's a very beautiful material. Now, in terms of the pen is round, although it at the top here tapers to a point on the cap finial. It doesn't taper in much, and it tapers out a little bit to really about here where the threads are, and then you have this here on the cap band, and it says Santini Italia. And then there is a little bit of a step down to the body, and then the body tapers out to what is a gold ring here, and then the piston filling knob, and the piston filling knob is also tapered to a little bit of a point there as well. Now if I unscrew the cap, you will see here an 18 karat gold 1998 Santini nib. Now Santini say that these nibs are made in-house. This is an 18 karat gold nib, and the nib is recessed quite a lot in there, but you might just see F for fine on that nib, but it is recessed quite a lot. And you'll see here that it comes with an ABS plastic feed, although you can order an ebonite feed as well if you so wish. But this cracked ice amber material is really lovely. Now the section is a little bit sort of concave here, with a little bit of a flute where it flares out, and then it tapers up to what are the threads. Now these threads are a little bit pronounced, but they are not sharp. And then you have a slight step down here, and then the body tapers out again to the piston knob. So in the size of my hand, this is a really nice size pen, and I absolutely love this amber cracked ice material. And I like that it comes with an 18 karat gold nib as well. But for me, this feels really nice. Now, one thing that is a little bit difficult to see, but just around about here, that is an ink window above the threads and just before the body. So you can just about see a semi-translucent part. If I move that around, you might just see it. But that to me is a nice effect as well. So it's not really taking much away from the lovely amber material. Now, for me, I find this size is really nice in my hand. Can I post the cap? You can, and it actually posts quite deeply and quite secure. So it posts down to about here, and the cap posts onto the body, so it's not going to activate that piston knob. But for me, the size of this pen and the weight of the pen as well is quite nice. So I think with that, let's do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the length of the pen, we are looking at 147 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we are looking at 70 millimeters in length. And then the length of the full body to the tip of the tines on the nib, we are looking at 134 millimeters, which for me is an oversized pen for sure, and it's a size I like. So I think let's do a weight check. Now this pen is uninked, but the weight of the pen is just over 31 grams. The weight of the cap is just under 12 grams. And then the weight of the body is just under 19.5 grams. But can you see that cap there? You can actually see through that cap because it is semi-translucent. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the Positano blue. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the blue Hawaii. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the Mediterraneo. We have an Atelier Lusa Andromeda in the King Cobra. An Atelier Luso Andromeda in the Dragon. We have a Santini Libra Ambra. We have a John Twist Volcano. We have a Pelican M800 Royal Gold Varden. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the Grande Sand. And then we have an Armando Simonica Bologna Extra Blue Lucians. So, let's go and do a writing sample. This is the Santini, and it's the Libra, and it's the Ambra, or Amber. Now, this is a fine 18 karat gold nib, and the ink in here today is KWZ Honey, which I think actually matches this colour of pen very nicely. Now, in terms of line variation, this is a fine nib. Now, I can push it. I'm not going to push it any more than that. That's really as hard as I would push a nib. Certainly an 18 karat gold nib. But you can see there's no hard starts or skips. In terms of ink wetness, let's do a vertical pass. And then let's do a horizontal pass. Now you can see there that the vertical pass is very, very wet, and the horizontal pass is a lot drier. And this for me is a really nice writing pen. What I would say is that there is some feedback on the nib, maybe a little bit more feedback than I would like. It's not scratchy and it's not toothy, but this nib does write nicely. The only thing I would say is that perhaps maybe the ink wetness could be a little bit more wetter on the horizontal strokes. But other than that, this pen writes very nicely and the nib is tuned very nicely. So what do I like and what do I not like about this pen? Well, this is my first Santini that I've got to try, and this is on loan. And this will be going back, unfortunately. I love this material, and I've taken a look at the Santini Italia website, and I have to say, if there was a Santini that I would go for, it would be this material. This Ambra or Amber material is really beautiful, and I like the size of the pen, I like the weight of the pen, I like the length of the pen, and I like how it writes as well. I'd say that fine nib is under pressure. You can get it to go towards a broad nib in terms of pressure, and I'm just looking at the line variation here just before the figure of 8s, and that is still wet. So it is a wet writing nib, and it is a very nice writing nib. The only thing I would say is that perhaps maybe the horizontal lines should be a little bit more wetter. That does tend to be a little bit more dry, which normally means that the tines on the nib are a little bit tight, because I was applying a little bit more pressure on the downstrokes. That was letting out a little bit more ink. Other than that, I really like the pen, and I may have to actually have a look at some more Santinis, because I really do like this material. So that's the review of the Santini Libra Ambra. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.